Set 63 product of square roots. So this is the rule, and this only works for multiplication and division. It does not work for addition. It does not work for subtraction. It only works for multiplication and division. When you have multiplication underneath the radical sign, that's called the radical sign, you can split it up into two. So what we want to do is simplify square roots. When we can't find the exact square root, we want to simplify them. And the way we do that is using perfect squares. Now, perfect squares, you can always take the square root of it evenly. Like the square root of 4 is 2, the square root of 100 is 10, square root of 49 is 7, square root of 9 is 3, square root of 16 is 4, square root of 25. These are all perfect squares. You should know these immediately. Now, I do this a little different than Saxon, so they want to simplify the square root of 50. So what I want to do is I want to make this a multiplication in which the first number is a perfect square. So how can I write 15 as a multiplication in which one of the numbers is a perfect square? Well, I couldn't do 5 times 10 because I don't know the square root of 5. I don't know the square root of 10. What I want to do is write it as 25 times 2 because that equals 50. And I know 25, I know the square root of 25, it's 5. So by the rule up above, we can split multiplication, square root of 25 times square root of 2, which equals 5 square root of 2. Now the next problem is 200. Well, we want to pick a big perfect square that goes into it, and you get good at this. 100 times 2. The square root of 100 is 10. So you know the square root of, so if you write it as 100 times 2, now you can split it up. Square root of 100 times square root of 2, which is 10 square root of 2. 147. Now this one's a little bit tougher because, but 49 times 3, and I know the square root of 49. Okay, you can split it up. Square root of 49 times square root of 3, which is 7 square root of 3. Finally, like 108, this is a tough one. However, if you add up the digits, 1 plus 0 plus 8, that adds up to 9, and that means 9 must go into it. You'll find that 36 also goes into it, but let's just do 9 times 12. Okay, so you add up the digits. 9's a perfect square, so 9 times 12, your multiplication tables. Square root of 9 times square root of 12. Square root of 9 is 3 times the square root of 12. Well, the square root of 12 can be written as the multiplication of a perfect square. So it's 3 square root of 4 times square root of 3, but the square root of 4 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6 square root of 3. Anyway, read the lesson also, and maybe you like Saxon's way of doing it better. Bye.